Hi, this is Ur15Cs108. Today we're going to be seeing Web Technology Lab Experiment number 5. We'll be dealing with the JavaScript in this. So here we have the starting. We need to display the longest string. So here we just have a heading for longest string. This is just CSS for styling the page, the longest word. And we have an input, enter the string, and this is of type text. So we have a button on click which says get longest string. So we have a function called long. So on clicking this button, it will call this function long. So and here we just have a paragraph for displaying the longest word. So we have a variable box document.getElement by id 1. So 1 is this input id is 1. So this input text field, so we get the value from there, and we have a variable string. We give box dot value, we give it to this string. So array dot we have an array, and we say string dot split. So this will split each the string into words. So each word will be given as an array value. So we have length as 0, and for we have a variable I equal to 0, I less than array dot length, so the length of this array, and then I plus plus. So we have if array of I dot length is greater than array dot length, this is the ln, which we'll be storing the longest value. So longest value dot length. So if it's greater than the longest value, we'll have length, this position of this longest value is equal to I. So the current position will be given to the longest position, the longest value, position of the longest value. So we have document.getElement by id. We have this answer, which is this span, and we'll write inner html dot array of length, which will be the position of the longest word. So here we have calculate body mass index, and here we have field set weight height in meters. So we have button, and on clicking this button get EMI, this function calculate will be called. This displays body mass index and the body type, and we have a calculate function, variable a variable named wt, which says pass float and gets the value of the weight from this id weight, and dot value, and this gets the height dot value. And in the BMI we calculate the BMI, here weight divided by height into height, and here we get element by id score. So we display the BMI in this score. So if BMI, this score is the body mass index, and here we have an if body mass index is less than so much, we have underweight, and if it's less than 25 we have normal, if it's less than 30 we have overweight, if it's greater than 30 we have obese. So these are the body mass index functions. And in this flower garden function, we have just basically to print the number of rows and columns of the so we get the number of rows, number of columns using these IDs, rows and columns. And we have a function called grow, which is clicked when you click on this plant garden. So this function grows has z variable, and this variable is this image, the source of this image, which has width as 100 and height as 100, and this is the row and this is the column. So this row is given as rows dot value, and this column is given as get element dot id. And so we have a for I is less than rows. We're just basically getting the number of rows and number of columns. These are the values. And here we have I less than rows and j less than columns. This basically displays the image each time it goes. So it's just like a double for loop, where a multi-dimensional array, like we keep displaying this image. And we have document.getElement by id garden inner.html, and we have break, so we break from there. So here we have conversion of kg to lb and lb to kg, and here we have this on click, we have this convert, and in this convert we have variable data, pass int document.getElementById by id data. This is the value we get from the user, and this is the index 1 and this is the index 2 we get from selected index, which because this is a select drop down select. So here we have if index is equal to 0 and index 2 is equal to 0, data equal to so much. And so this is else if this and this, we say data into the given value. And here we have document.getElementById, the answer, and then we display the data. And here we have heads or tails. We have an image showing tails in the beginning, and on clicking we call the CLI command, and this is total heads. This is just to keep scoring. And here we have heads is equal to 0, tails is equal to 0, and we have math.flow. We get a random number, we make it into pass y, and if modulus of 2 is if it's equal to 0, we do this. Otherwise we get into this. What it does is it displays heads equal to heads plus 1. It increases the number of heads. And document.getElementById, we say if it's a coin, this is the coin. Yeah, this is the coin. And we say document.getElementById get id number of heads is here. We say .inner_heads_ml is equal to heads, and here we are displaying this head.jpg, and here if it comes to tails we display tail.jpg. This is our pizza order. We select pizza order of small pizza, medium pizza. Each has its own ID, small, medium and large. And input type we have radio. We select the percentage of discount, and here we have calculate TEP, calculate the price. So here we have this function calculate price. We have small, medium, large, and we get this number. We get element by ID, and we have this number. And variable cost, this cost will be small, and small is 100, medium is 200, and large is 400. And tax, we calculate the tax, and the cost tip, we have cost plus the tax. And here we have variable tip, which is equal to % of name, tip and checked value. This variable tip cost is equal to cost tip into tip divided by 100, and this total cost is equal to cost tip plus tip cost. Document.getElementById price inner.html, actual price is equal to cost, and tax is equal to so much, and etc. etc. Now let's see the output for this function, for this page. And here we see enter the string. Let's say longest word. So you see get longest string. It gets the prints out longest is the longest string. And here we have calculate body mass index. I'm just going to give some random values, and it says this is the body mass index, and the type is underweight. And in this I'm just going to give 2 columns and 2 rows. You can see that these images are displayed, and we're converting from kg to lb. So let's give 12 kgs, and that is 26 pounds. And now let's convert from lb to kg, and that will be 5. So here this is heads or tails. We saw that it will be random. So when you flip, it says heads, and when you keep flipping you can see that it's not random, it keeps changing. It's a random value. So in this pizza order, let's display, just give some values, 3 and 1. So 10% tip, and so let's calculate. So it says the actual price is 1200, and the tax is 108, tip is 130, so total cost is 1438. So these we've done all this using this JavaScript functions. So thank you.